but this is the beginning of a podcast that I'm calling Little Bit Naked. And really, the idea is for us to just have a conversation that's raw and honest and revealing to ourselves and each other.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Love it. So I'm here with Dr. Brittney Ellers, and I don't love bios, so I'm not going to say anything about what you do. And if that comes up in the course of the conversation, great.
Perfect.
But what I was thinking about last night when I was thinking about this conversation, and then you just gave me one more piece. So I was like, okay, so the things that connect Brittney and I are that we are both projectors in human design.
Mm-hmm.
We both have an affinity for pussies and pussy work, and both of our fathers.
The balloons.
I love it.
That was great.
And both of our fathers are former priests.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Please discuss. Oh my gosh. Well, I think you and I have also talked privately, but now we're making it public, how our personal lives have affected our professional lives and vice versa. But yeah, growing up in a religious household was probably one of the biggest factors for me going into like the path that I walked. It was such a me search, figuring out journey on the way and through and into pussy work, women's health, women's embodiment. And yeah, it's changed my life completely to figure out what it is I am and what I have.
I'm a girl.
Yeah, girl.
I have girl parts.
I have girl parts. I bleed. I shouldn't be ashamed of that. I have sexual drives and desires, and yeah, I can own that.
I love that. I want to talk about the formative years then, just a little bit. And I feel inclined to like share a story.
Please.
So when I was probably, I don't know, 11 or 12, I had two best girlfriends. And the three of us were like thick as thieves. We did everything together. And I remember the two of them, they were both a year older than I was. And I had a little slumber party one night, and we were in my bedroom, and it was late at night, but like we were in my bedroom, and I had this full length mirror, and I don't remember which one of them brought it up, but one of them was like, one of them's dad was a gynecologist.
Wow.
So she grew up around all the things, right?
Yes.
And we were kind of in this conversation about vaginas, and like somebody was like, what do they even look like? Or like we were in conversation about some technicality, and they were both like, Rachel, show us.
You.
Well, I was
trow.
basically, and I was the younger one, right? So I was like, okay. So I pull down my pants and I stand with my back to the mirror and I bend over. So we're all like looking at my lady bits.
Yes.
And my dad walks in. And he was beside himself. He was like, you out here now. And I remember, like, this is like a solid memory of mine. Like, I stepped out into the hallway and he was like, that is disgusting. And in the moment, I didn't have like any kind of response to that, you know, but yeah. I just felt really clearly that what I had done was wrong.
Yeah.
And like to fast forward 20 years, 30 years, a million years, and realize what an impact that had on the way that I viewed myself as a woman was wild.
Mm-hmm.
But then one weekend I was in a course with some around like sexuality and education, right? And it was this particular weekend was around like BDSM. And so much of BDSM is about reclamation, right? Reclaiming the parts that have felt shame or fear or whatever, and really like celebrating those things. And so, in front of a group of probably 100 people, I reenacted this scene with two dudes. And I was like the high school slut, and we were like behind a tree at school, and they were like, "Can we just see what it looks like?" I showed everyone my vagina. But it
Wow.
was like, I mean, it was a very high sensation moment,
I'm sure.
but a super powerful like reclamation of like being in awe of being a woman and being celebratory of being a woman and like letting that be seen and letting that be appreciated by men. It was super profound, actually.
I've had a similar experience, not with my dad, but just in that reclamation of what it was like my body was. And what's so interesting too, I was just reflecting with my mom about this because we had just gone to a women's retreat together. Our first time going to a women's retreat.
Oh.
Yeah, very, I don't know, progressive for lack of a better word for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was a great day. And I was just talking to my mom and dad afterwards and was like, yeah, I'm actually really grateful I didn't come away with a lot of like body dysmorphia, eating disorders, nothing like that in regards to how I felt about my body. Um, More so about like, I think it was a lot of self-imposed stuff or just like culturally around me in school and the other girls or what I was reading in magazines. It wasn't necessarily always coming from my parents. There were a couple of things obviously that they've said over the years, but um, this moment that I'm thinking about, I actually did it twice. I like modeled nude
Hmm.
for artists, and it was like a live guided art class essentially. And for me, though, as the person being the model, they had live music, and I love the way that the whole thing is structured, where I start standing right, and eventually I'm like down to the floor for like the longer poses, and then they can draw for longer as they're like all warmed up and stuff. Um, but yeah, like even like the first unveiling in a room of men and women who are just appreciating a live model,
Hmm.
naked or not, honestly. But like, yes, there's something so gorgeous about the female form, and there's always a female model or even like a couple that models for this class.
Hmm.
And the first time I did it like in front of a now ex, and the second time I did it was in front of my now husband and like some girlfriends and obviously the public and everything. But yeah, it's it's definitely a high sensation experience when you're being viewed by people who also understand and revere the
Hmm.
female form.
Hmm. There's something about being able to own that, like, that is an experience that we desire and that is so like it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's a very like pure natural like I think that's a desire that is why does this hard feel hard for words? Like the feminine in particular, right, is very responsive to gaze.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be able to have those experiences from a gaze that is loving, from a gaze that is reverent, from a gaze that is honoring, right? I think it's just really a beautiful experience.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I didn't I didn't really think that my work would come into play, but as you were describing that, like that's how I feel when I am gazing upon my clients' vulvas.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're showing me something very vulnerable and beautiful and sacred all at once. And I think part of my vision and my like mission and purpose with the kind of care that I give and offer is that it's not to be looked at as if it were just some separate kind of weird body part or dirty or needs to be medicalized or sterilized, or you know what I mean? It's like, no, this is just a really beautiful part of you that gets to be nourished and paid attention to and, yeah, revered.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like definitely like a loving gaze. It's like, yes, appreciative. Like, thank you for sharing this piece of you with me so that we can work through things should she show us that she wants that.
Well, and when, um, I see the world through a lens that's, you know, people are mirrors, right? And so sometimes someone is mirroring something for us before we have had the chance to actually give it to ourselves, right? And so, as just an example for like what is available to someone, like in her own relationship with her pussy, like I think
Mm-hmm.
that that's super awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's special. It's very special. Yeah. Yeah, I feel really grateful to be able to do that and hold that space with women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that to be trusted enough to be allowed to sort of hold the most tender parts
100%.
is really an honor and a gift.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, especially if they had had some kind of transgression.
Mhm.
And in that meeting together, we are relaying the narrative of what that kind of experience could look like, where you're with a provider of some kind or a practitioner of some kind. And oh, they actually listen? Like, she listens to me when I say, you can slow down, you can stop, you can, like, maybe I don't want this anymore. And
Mhm.
it's no skin off my, like, I don't care. I'm trying to listen to your body before you even can say something. But yes, yeah,
Mm.
it's it's definitely just like a beautiful opportunity. And yeah, definitely take that with so much gratitude that people will trust me in that space.
Mm. Mhm. The question is coming up around what do what does having this experience over and over again with different women, what does it show you about your relationship with yourself? Or how does it expand your relationship with yourself?
Oh my God, in so, so many ways. I mean, because just for context, like, I'm not a mother. I desire to be one day. And I do work with a lot of pregnant women and like postpartum moms of a lot of ages. And I I feel like the through line, no matter what stage of life you're at, is like I am reminded over and over and over again how important it is to be connected to her and
Mhm.
to bend over in front of a mirror and look at her, to touch her lovingly without the extraction that we were talking about before recording.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not trying to make her adjust or tweak her so that she, follows our thing. It's like,
Mhm.
actually, if we kind of flip that on its head and follow what she wants for us, she'll be the first thing to tell you when something is out of line. You might not have recognized those as her language. Maybe you think of them more as symptoms. And instead, it is her speaking to you that something is just off. And so when I see these women come in and again with like a variety of things that they're going through, in the end, it's just, yeah, it's a refinement and realignment to, yes, what's happening in the body, but also are we addressing what's happening in the outer world and in our outer life outside of our body? And I am, yeah, everyone's a mirror for me. Each and every person I come into contact with, doesn't have to be a client, but um, yeah, for example, it was so funny. I was with a client yesterday and she had her baby here who's, 4 months old. So cute, so cute. And we're chatting and we're, wrapping up the session. And I asked her what she was doing for the rest of the day. And she said she was going to Trader Joe's. And I was like, no way, I'm going to Trader Joe's after this. Mirror one. But we ended up going to Trader Joe's together.
Oh my God. Like, put your clothes back on. Let's go to the store.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So she drove us to the store and she pushed her stroller and I pushed the cart and we just like shopped a little bit next to each other. And it was actually really fun. But then, yeah, like, no, isn't it so funny though? If you've never shopped with like another family or another couple
Mm.
or another friend, like you're staying at their house, like noticing what their habits are, obviously also reflecting like what are my habits, and that was a fascinating um, mirror to look at. I think maybe more so for her in those moments, but for me too.
Are you are you judgy?
Oh yeah, just kidding. No, she's full aware of it. Like I told her, because she was the one. So we're actually doing a trade, and she is treating me for via acupuncture, and she gave me permission in my luteal phase. It's okay to like have a little like treat yourself a little bit, especially with just food. If it fills your heart, then that's okay. Obviously everything in moderation, whatever. We can talk rules like that, quote unquote rules. But I had told her, I think, yeah, I did tell her. Um, I told James, my husband, when we were shopping together, which we typically don't shop together because his self control is lower than mine. And we call him Sweet Tooth Boy. And I had already gotten like cinnamon rolls, the organic cinnamon rolls from Trader Joe's. They're honestly so, so good. My brother turned me onto them and he also has a sweet tooth, FYI, but they're so super good. And we had put that in the cart and I don't know why, but James heard me say something like, I want a sweet treat. And so he's like grabbing this and this and this. And we literally walked away with, like, I came home from that grocery store trip and I was so mad while making dinner that night because I realized we barely got anything wholesome like vegetables, fruit. We really just like replenished on snacks and sweet treats. And we're usually not like that because I go in with a plan. I like to cycle sync my meals. I like to, yeah, know what I'm making because I do love being in the kitchen. I don't mind that. And I told him, I was like, we are an ingredient family. Like we're not like
You're like, I don't know if you know this, but I
yeah,
decided.
yes, yes. And I was just so yeah, peeved at the fact that we had so many treats because again, if it's in our cabinetry, like he'll sit down and scarf down half of a box of whatever or a full box of whatever, a full sleeve of whatever, and it's just too much. It like grosses me out like in my body to feel like that in my system. I just like know it's not good for me. So
So is the issue that you don't like to watch him eat it, or is the issue that you will also eat it if it's around?
oh, I will also eat it if it's around. I won't go to the depths that he does, but I will also partake. And that's saying something more about me than it is about him, right? Like I don't have a level of self-control if it's in my field. And I mean, yeah, I I will enable him. I have enabled him before. Literally that same weekend, I went and got him because I was going into a certain part of town where there's a bakery that we love, and he wanted this same sweet treat that he had from the weekend prior. So I stopped in at the bakery on my way back home to pick him up a sweet treat. And then what happens, yeah, like the next day is we go into our village and walk by the donut shop and we both get donuts. Like so it's like this time when I'm with my client, I'm cognizant. Like I already have a lot of sweet treats. I'm not buying more sweet treats. And I know exactly what I'm getting because I know I'm also going to be out of town this weekend, you
Mm.
know? But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I could see her brain also processing and maybe her judging herself a little bit
Mm.
or acknowledging for herself where her and her partner are at and like what they really need, you know? But it's like, you can't because you didn't see me last weekend, you know? You didn't see how many sweet treats I brought home last time.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. It's so interesting because what's coming up for me as you're sharing is that for me, like my relationship with my pussy has actually been extremely important in terms of my relationship to food.
Tell me more.
My body is so clear about what it wants to eat and what it does not
Mm-hmm.
that I just was like, okay. And that there was a time period where I was like, you want to eat a whole pint of ice cream? Okay, cool. And I would just let myself do it. And what was really fascinating about that is in all of those things that were like more bad habit than nourishment,
Mm-hmm.
like I reached a point where I was like, okay, I feel done.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like I used to, without fail, when my bleed would start, I would be like reaching for chocolate and like
Yeah.
I haven't had chocolate in months. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have any real interest in it. And so it's just really interesting how like our bodies crave they crave what they crave for a reason.
Yeah.
And if
Agreed.
we allow ourselves to like meet the craving
Mm-hmm.
completely,
Mm-hmm.
fully, um, then like it will resolve itself generally.
I agree. I think one of the coolest things I've learned over the years, and it was in one of the books that I read that switched me over into thinking more about pelvic health and just going down this whole rabbit hole, was woman code. And even just learning that my metabolism changes according to what phase I'm in, right? So when you're in luteal and menstrual, your metabolism is faster. That's why you want to eat and be like a garbage disposal for food. You'll eat fucking anything. At least I will. And
Yeah, I
to give myself
will.
the, it's like I just can't, like everything sounds good. So I want
Mm,
like a little bit of this, I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, you know?
mm.
And if I let myself have that and not guilt myself for eating that certain amount, quantity wise, and realize, oh yeah, my body actually needs this as fuel, and I'm following those cravings, like you're saying, afterwards, I do feel satisfied. I'm not overstuffed. Like you're still listening for like the satiation. If I'm saying that right?
We'll call it that.
Yeah, you're satisfied. But I think a lot of women do guilt themselves even on uh, wanting to eat more during that particular phase of their cycle. And if you just like realize that, okay, maybe that's an easy permission slip to know. And yeah, same thing with chocolate. Like I've never been a chocolate person. Even growing up, I hated milk chocolate. And if I do ever want it, it's like the smallest little bite of dark chocolate.
Mm, hmm.
And it's either at my peak, like ovulation. Like I think today, literally today, was the first time I've had chocolate in a really, really long time.
Mm.
But also, yeah, maybe on my bleed. But
Yeah.
that's magnesium and vitamin B.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what I'm pointing to, right? Is that when we develop a relationship with our pussies, we have to listen,
Mhm.
and we have to be willing to hear the answer, even when it's not the answer we think we want, right? And so that relationship, that ability to listen translates for me in my relationship with food. Am I listening or am I like, no?
Uh-huh.
Right? I stopped drinking alcohol 2 years ago just because my body was like, all done.
Mhm.
I was like, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Yep.
I haven't thought about it since, literally. And so there's a way that that listening, like, can we develop the level of trust with our own bodies such that we can honor what they are asking for and know that it's not going to like destroy us. I think
Yeah.
that's the fear, right? Is that if I just let myself do this thing on repeat, I'm going to be 800 pounds. And it's like, no, you're not. You'll stop at some point if you're genuinely listening, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's been a really like fascinating thing for me to just track with myself.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I think that's incredible. Um, I feel like when I first started cycle syncing for food and going to the store, like with this plan that I have, it's like I would bring this list to the store, knowing that this was the phase I was in. These are the foods that I should probably start to look at to feel balanced and nourished and all that good stuff. And eventually I stopped bringing the list because what I needed was what I was craving.
Right.
So there's that listening.
Right.
I love that. And I think it's so funny that sometimes it does like hit you intuitively, like maybe I should stop doing this. Like for me recently, that was, I think I'm done doing full coffee, like caffeinated coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I love coffee. I love the coffee shops. I love the ritual of it. I love the smell of it. The fact that my husband makes it every morning for us, and I just have to walk out and have that with my breakfast. And I just had this like thunk, thud feeling of, oh, I don't know if coffee is what I want anymore. But I was scared, to be honest. I knew I was gonna get headaches from
Mm-hmm.
withdrawals. That's the one symptom I always have if I make big shifts like that in my life. That was the same thing that happened to me when I came off hormonal birth control. I know my dad gets headaches when he comes off caffeine too, and obviously that's like a universal phenomenon. And sure enough, I did get headaches last week, pretty gnarly. They like
Mm.
took me down for probably a whole day. Um, but I was able to get through it. There's an there's the end of the tunnel was there, you
Mhm,
know,
mhm.
and we're on the other side now, and we're doing decaf, and we're chilling right now. This feels better. This feels more in alignment. Um, and I'm sleeping better,
Mhm.
which I also didn't really have a problem with sleeping. So
Right,
how
right.
maybe if I wore an aura ring, it would tell me I went from B's to A's. Like, you know, but I
Yeah.
love that. I love that as an experiment and not even putting it on us as like this is a hard and fast rule for the rest of your life once you make that decision. It's just you you can try it out
Mhm. I
and see what
used
it
to
does.
I used to with coffee, because I live in the Pacific Northwest, and so the winters are very dark and cold, and, like, all you wanna do is be warm and cozy all day. What I would notice is, like, over the course of the winter, like, my caffeine intake would just go up and up and up, and by, like, springtime, I was just like a fucking wire.
Wow.
And so every fall, this I started this probably 12 years ago. I would do like I would get off caffeine entirely for like a month, and then like the reasoning was is that it would take me longer to ramp back up, and so like spring would come and I would maybe be at 2 cups a day or something like that rather than 18. And and now I only drink decaf, and I have like for the last couple of years, and I don't even drink it every day. I don't have
Wow.
it's not like I love coffee, but like it's not the same part of the
Yeah.
functioning, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say, my acupuncturist gave me a bunch of herbs the last time I went to see her, and I was instructed to make a chicken soup with it, even though it's also summer and it's hot here, it's nice. Um, but I'm never mad about soup. So I ended up making chicken broth, and the chicken broth, instead of coffee or having the chicken broth even before coffee,
Hmm.
like that's actually the satisfying thing, I think.
The warm.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
warm, nourishing beverage, like nutrient dense and flavorful. And yeah, it's good. It's good. Highly recommend maybe trading that out if you're also like not a tea person, which I like tea,
Yeah.
but I'm like not always, oh my God, I'm craving a cup of tea, you know?
Mm. Hmm.
Um, but I feel like a cup of broth is like, yes.
Hmm. I used to drink bone broth every morning that had ginger and lemongrass in it.
Ooh, lemongrass, yum.
It's like my favorite thing.
I love that. Love that flavor. That's it's so nourishing. It's so nourishing. Like keeping everything warm actually too. I don't know. This is I've like read different things through the years, and I know not everyone, especially if you're someone who's like nerding out in human design, like there's cold thirst and hot thirst for digestion or determination that then activates the cognition part of your being. And you know, everyone has a greater sense that's more powerful or more accessible maybe than others, but like how you eat can unlock that. And so even for some people where like broth, hot thirst, like that makes sense. There's some people probably that only want to drink like cold things. And yet I'm always just like curious to know if someone was like that and they were a woman and they have difficulty with their periods and they're crampy, or they have a difficult time getting pregnant, or they have, you know, fibroids, endometriosis, all the things. Like what does it look like to look at their human design and then see what could unlock with that,
Mm.
you know, like is warmth, because in traditional Chinese medicine, which is always such a mouthful, um, they're always talking about keeping things warm, right? Keeping the chi flowing. And
Hmm.
so you don't ever want to like keep your feet cold, like keep your feet covered, like socks during your bleed or before your bleed, right? And then actually keeping your womb area also covered. So like midriffs are a no go. Low rise is a no
Midriffs are a
go.
logo no go for me regardless.
But like if you're wearing a bikini,
Hmm.
and like what's the shape of your bottoms and your top, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that's like if we're
That's
getting so
extreme.
strict, yeah, so extremely strict. But I just think that's so interesting. Like what does your womb actually want? Does it want
Mm.
warmth, or does it want something a little like chiller?
I'm a big I wear like a wear is not the right word. Whenever I sit to like work or like for sleep, like I use like a small like weighted blanket.
Ooh, yeah. I love that.
Feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because typically in this chair, if my dog's in here, she will sit behind me, and she's kind of like a little heat warmer for my
Mm.
back and my
Hmm.
butt. And it's really nice. Again, I do prefer the warm. I like being warmer in my center and all the things feel good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an unexpected turn.
I didn't really envision. I thought we were gonna stick to like, oh, we're both PKs, and you know all this upbringing and how it uh, played out into the rest of our adult lives. Oh my
Look at
gosh.
us now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so
Hmm.
funny.
Hmm. Just checking out my spidey senses.
Yeah, those are your superpowers,
I
that's for
might take
sure.
a nap while I'm here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that feels good. I close my eyes.
I love it. Like, what if we just converse with our eyes closed? Does that feel good?
I've been known to do that.
Rachel, that's so funny.
I had this thing for a while where this is gonna sound grosser than it actually was, but like at night I would go to sleep and I would wake up in the morning. Well, I would wake up often in the middle of the night, and it would feel like my eyelid had like adhered to my eyeball.
Mm,
And but when I would wake up, I didn't know that, and I wasn't like conscious enough yet. And so I would like I would open my eyes, and so it would feel like this tearing, right?
yeah.
And it would cause this like almost this blurriness in this eye. And so there was a time where I was just like, I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna close my eyes because it feels better.
Oh my gosh. Eye stuff is so annoying and scary sometimes. So yeah, doing anything that makes them feel better is okay in my book.
Yeah.
I had LASIK
Yeah.
in 2018, and that was so huge. Like moving, because I used to live in the Pacific Northwest. I told you
Hmm.
that. Yep. Just for the listener to know, I went to UW and lived in Seattle for a year after that, after graduating. And the air up there was so good for me. And speaking of human design, like my determination, my digestion is indirect light. And so being in a place where it was super cloudy and gloomy, but you're receiving indirect light. And this was the place that I was digesting information and learning everything in undergrad. That was so good for me. And
Hmm.
I instantly knew that I was meant to be there when
Hmm.
I did a campus tour. But in any case, it was really like good for my skin. It was good for my eyes, good for my hair. And then when I came down to LA, like intermediate before moving down to San Diego, LA was so drying. Like my eyes were so uncomfortable. I couldn't last a whole 16 hours with contacts. Like it would be probably 10 hours that I could do
Mm-hmm.
it. And so I'd wear glasses through the day, and if I was going out at night or something, then I'd pop my contacts in, as
Mm-hmm.
one does. But it was so annoying because then also if I used to drink a lot, and now I'm also sober, um, but drinking made everything 10 times worse and more drying. Like my contacts were so sticky. I'd sleep. Okay, you'd get drunk, you fall
You
asleep with
didn't
your
take them
contacts,
out.
you didn't take them out, you peel them off your eyeball, which is even so gross and like ugh, makes you viscerally react. But yeah, that was not a good feeling. Glasses the whole next day.
I guess I'm not going out tomorrow.
No, no. One big night a weekend.
Oh man. Hmm.
Mm.
I'm feeling like this, almost like there's a waterfall in my cheeks right now.
A waterfall in your
Like
cheeks?
little like across
Ooh,
the top.
that's cool. What do I feel? Like, I don't even know. All I can sense is like a little congestion.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
that's all. Mm. I hear your birds. Are there birds out there?
It's coming in through my headphones, so I think they're your birds. I don't think they're mine.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there were
Oh
birds
no,
here.
it
There,
is me. It is me.
yeah, I hear the birds.
Yeah,
I
they're
love that.
rowdy.
We usually have rowdy birds too. We live on this bluff, this canyon, and we've got like this ocean view with like a whole thing of eucalyptus in the back. I think I told you this last time we chatted, but yeah, like okay, bringing it back to pussy work, tying in pussy in this room that I work it out of and see clients and or work online. So it's still like this energy. It feels like this small bubble of a vortex, and we're surrounded by nature. We've got the birds, we've got the squirrels, we've got the rabbits, we've got the coyotes, we've got a bobcat that comes through once every 5 years. I don't know. I've only seen it once.
Mm.
But the owls, the hawks, there are tons of butterflies, and I mean, yeah, all kinds of things. So it's so nice to be integrated with nature at the same time of doing something that is so our root, mother, mother place, earth, mother earth. No,
Hmm.
just a little tie.
Hmm. Yeah. It's so interesting because I've reached this point in my life where like I would rather spend hours a day outside than in front of my computer. Um and so anytime sometimes when I'm on video, you'll see me going like this because I'm literally looking out the
Yeah,
window.
like how could I not? I mean, I'm just gonna show you guys. Like, there's a big tree. It's like a beautiful day today, and there's the ocean, like right there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then, oops, yeah, it's just a perfect day. Like, how could you not want to be outside?
Totally.
It's the most healing place to be.
It is. Nature's frequency is the natural calibrator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So funny because for this challenge that I am in the middle of, that I'm hosting, the 75 Her challenge, it's for cycle syncing and having women connect to their like rhythmic, cyclical nature.
Mm.
And one of the gals, like everyone's guidelines different. I don't know if anyone's heard of 75 hard, but 75 hard is very linear, strict, whatever. Not the way I would necessarily want to do things. Um, so one of the women inside said that one of her guidelines is to like get outside in nature at least once in a weekend, like someplace new and different.
Mm.
And I was like, I love that as like a goal.
Mm.
And then personally, one of my goals, which I hadn't been doing this at all, I've been so locked in on my screens lately. Even just like being here for the past 3.5 years, I think my average steps in a day was like 2,000, 2,500 steps. And, you know, everyone's like, oh, I need to get my 10K steps. And okay, cool. Like, I love that 10K is such a beautiful round number. But I was actually also curious, like, what's the minimum I'd need to get? Or, like, what's the current, like, research even saying about women's health and steps? And what's something more efficient than steps? Or, like, what's the deal? So, two different pieces of data that I'm actually finding so interesting. But 10,000 steps is actually a made up marketing thing by a
Yes, it is.
Japanese marketing agency during the 64 Olympics. And what you can do instead to get the same benefits as you would get getting 10K steps, what you just need to get is 7,500. So I'm like, okay, 7,500. But then what's better than 7,500 steps, which can take a long time, right? That's an effort. That's like at least an hour and a half of walking, I think. two
Isn't it
hours,
like
maybe.
3 miles?
3
Isn't
miles.
10,000 steps about 4 miles?
I think it's 5 miles.
Oh,
Depending on how long your legs are. I
not
don't know.
very.
And my legs are short. And if you're walking a dog, it takes longer.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I was looking into Rhonda Patrick, who does a lot of research, longevity research, and like all cause mortality research, women's health, blah, 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 all the stuff. And her thing was like 10 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise a day is better than 10K steps, which can take a longer time if we're talking about just being overall healthier. And I was like, okay, that's super interesting. So then, like, what if, for me personally, because I also want to like be outside, I envision my work transforming and changing in some ways where I'm not having to also be all the time in person with people, because I think the magic is also in teaching women how to touch themselves, right? And giving instructions and or even like giving insights and perspectives, which projectors are so good at.
Hmm.
I could be outside getting my 7,500 steps, voice noting a client or students and or a group, and giving my medicine, sharing my stuff, and impacting them hopefully, or inspiring them hopefully to get outside themselves, you know? And then I can squeeze my little 10 minutes in here and there, just chasing the dog outside.
It's so funny. Like I'm hearing your perspective, and I am in a stage in my life where like I don't want to do anything fucking efficiently. I don't want like I don't want to listen to research. I don't I want to be like, all right, I'm having this conversation here. What do you need? What are we
Mm,
doing today? Right.
mm-hmm,
And, I, every single day, like the first half of the day, like I generally don't do any work or anything before noon.
mm,
Every single morning, I get up, I take myself outside, I go to the beach and I put my feet in the sand. I sometimes walk there, I sometimes drive there, depends on the weather.
mm-hmm,
I will, go for a walk. Yesterday, I was out at the state park and there were like three eagles on the bluff. And I'm just and the thing that's so, what do I want to say? There's like, I both trust my body to like get the exercise that it needs. And also, there's so much, there's so much happening beyond the exercise.
yes.
And so I'm not trying to rush it. I'm trying to like
I hear that. I hear that. Because in the end, I think what has been the shift for me is thinking that walking and getting outside wasn't productive or wasn't helpful or wasn't healing. I thought that for a long time, and that maybe that's how I got in this rut in the first place, right?
Mm,
Is feeling like, oh, I need to be here. I need to be locked in. I need to be in my house, in this studio, and get shit done. And it's
mm,
like, actually, and again, if I know efficiency might not be the point, but it ends up happening because our bodies are so smart and they are so intelligent. And when we put our bodies in the right environment, which is also kind of an aspect of human design, if we put ourselves in that right environment, things click.
mhm,
Our bodies thrive. We
mhm.
get the downloads. We get the inspiration that we need to then be able to do whatever we need to do.
Yeah,
Whatever we
yeah,
want to do.
totally.
It makes everything easier.
Yes.
And I think ease does feel successful
Hmm.
if we're talking again human design signatures.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm not anti-efficiency. I'm just not designing for efficiency anymore.
What would you say you are designing for?
Spaciousness.
Mm. For what? This reminds me of the Abraham Hicks, like, what are you doing? Pleasure for what? For what end? For what purpose? Like everyone just like concept. It's like just space. Period.
um, for me, spaciousness um opens up my greatest receptivity. It's when I am the most connected to myself. It's when I'm the most connected to the planet. It's when I'm most connected to my intuition. It's when I'm most connected to the next action that is going to move the things forward that I'm moving forward. So spaciousness for like receptivity and like well, that's, I mean, I feel like there's something more, but I think that that's probably a pretty good.
I think that's a great strategy. If we're thinking about it like that, because yeah, like with designing, with strategy, there's just intention behind it, right? Like the intention is to remain spacious for that receptivity, like you said. And I'm curious because again, we're both projectors. Like that's how I feel too. Like if I'm looking at my calendar and I have more than 3 things color blocked, I'm like, that's enough. Because part of the beauty too, I don't know what your authority is, but mine is splenic, and splenic is in the moment. And if I don't have the capability and the spaciousness to be able to make decisions in the moment that, oh, I want to do this now, oh, I want to do that now,
Mm-hmm.
then I pigeonhole myself and I burn out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm self-projected.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you just need a good soundboard. You voice note yourself?
Yes. But I don't, I actually find that way less satisfying than like talking to other people.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I totally hear that.
Hence, why don't you start a podcast, Rachel?
Hells yeah. Yes. Yes. And you have the same channel as I do, right? The channel of the prodigal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just a witness.
Mm. Oh, that's interesting. That's not the only, is that the literal interpretation of it?
I mean, do you have your chart? We can look it up. The black book.
Oh my God, you're funny.
It's 1330, right?
I think it's 1333.
Yes. Yeah, I forget what I am. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, the channel of the prodigal is the design of the witness.
Mm.
And if we're going to break it down by gate and line, see, I also didn't foresee this going in this direction, but I love this. Okay. I'm 13:4. So 13:4 is fatigue. It's the point of exhaustion eventually reached when one is too tired to fight. Pluto exalted, the renaissance that comes with truce and its eventual reinvigoration. Venus in detriment, emotional exhaustion, appeasement, and withdrawal. So that's 13:4.
Delightful.
13.4. And then my 33 is on my, so 33.6. I want to know what yours is after.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
going to grab it right now.
disassociation, the ability to let go, the sun exalted, the will to concentrate on revitalization and not be handicapped by persistent recriminations. sometimes the way they speak about this is like confusing. Jupiter in detriment, the ability to shed the larger framework that precipitated the retreat, leaving nagging doubts that hamper revitalization.
Hmm.
Yeah, but this is the biology is connected to our thyroid and parathyroid glands and
Mm-hmm.
the liver for
Mm-hmm.
gate 13.
That tracks. All right, what do you want to know?
So on either side of your thing, of your
Mm-hmm.
chart,
Mm-hmm.
find 13 and find 33 and tell me the decimal after that.
13.6 and 33.5.
Okay, so I'll read 13.6. The optimist.
Wait,
You
hold on
might,
one. Wait, hold on one second.
you probably, do you have it in multiple places? That can happen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We're good.
The optimist, the ability to accept any limited interaction as a necessary step towards greater union. Mars exalted, the energy to persevere, unlimited hope. Mercury in detriment, naivete. The translation of mutual interest into universality. Universality. I'm saying that right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then 33.5, timing, Pluto exalted. As important as the timing itself is the ability to keep secret one's intentions until the appropriate moment. Ooh.
It's so true.
Jupiter in detriment, the tendency to want others to participate in the selection of the timing, which can lead to confusion. Has there ever been a time where you shared an intention too early?
Yes.
Wait, give us an example. Now I'm curious.
Um, I was once dating a man and I had a vision of the baby we were going to have together. And I was like, so I saw our baby.
Oh my gosh.
And he
Wait.
was like, what?
And then he did it what? Like nothing happened.
Well, what's really interesting is that in my projectorness, what I have come to realize is that I sometimes receive things about other people. But
Mm,
I used to not have very good energetic boundaries. We'll start there.
sure.
And so I used to like receive information like like I would see this vision of a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I didn't realize at the time was that basically I was receiving the energy before the other person had like consciously received it themselves. And so I was often showing people things that they wanted, but before that they consciously knew that they wanted it.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes like think about the amount of resistance that somebody might experience with that. So people will be like, "You're crazy. I don't want to do that." And I'm like, "Literally, this came from you."
That's so interesting.
Yeah. And so part of my work has like inner work has been to create those boundaries so that I'm not just letting that stuff in all the time.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
no longer available to like receive things on behalf of other people, if that makes sense.
That's that's interesting because the first thought I had was like in creating boundaries was, oh, you received the thing. Now it's almost like I mean, you're holding it, but it's like that's not your responsibility to hold it. And if it's not your desire to receive whatever it is from that other person or about that other person, like, eh, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I also had an instance with a woman a couple of years ago where I was like, so I think I proposed some sort of business collaboration to her. And she was like, I actually think that's like, she was close enough to consciousness of it where she was like, I actually think that you're receiving my thing. And I was like, oh, and that actually is what allowed me to kind of see it and unpack it and be like, oh, I'm not trying to like go around collecting everybody's desires and like feel like they're mine, but they're not actually. And
Mm.
um, one of the things that has been very challenging for me in the like, I'll call it a projector journey, but like, is the whose energy is whose, like, what's mine and what belongs to other people. And that used to be hella confusing for me because I would feel something and then I would just automatically assume that it belonged to me. And then
Mm.
like in the baby instance, well, that one's a little trickier. Um, but at some point I was like, oh, I don't actually want any more babies. Like that was yours. So,
That is so fascinating. And you're making me just like want to take time to sit and reflect on, like, have there been any feelings that I've experienced and then I did I take that on for myself or assume that it was mine to begin with? Or was it someone else's? And actually, the only thing that's coming to mind right now is just like my mom
mm,
and like feeling her fear.
mm,
And oh, yeah, that's not mine.
mm-hmm.
But I have to move through it and like help alchemize it in some way because I feel it, yeah, in my body. And how do I release that other than through just like constant practice of like self acceptance?
One of the things that I sort of found for myself in this exploration was that my energetic space was so congested with other people's energy that I couldn't like feel my own heartbeat, if that makes sense, or my own essence. And so as I started like setting these boundaries, like part of the work was actually to bring my energy online strongly enough, fully enough that I'm like, this is the loudest voice in this room.
Mm,
And I think my sense is that that is a common um, experience of other projectors and like knowing the difference, right? Between my voice and all the others, right? And so for me, it's actually been a very um, diligent practice of like, I'm here. This is me. This is me. I'm filling up my space with my own energy so that other people's energy, because voids love to
yeah.
be filled, right? And so if I wasn't like fully inhabiting my own body
Mm-hmm.
with my energy, and so part of this for me has been like um, just a breathing practice. Like the way that I take in breath has shifted enormously over the last few years. And like just being conscious of like filling up my vessel with my own breath and being like, anything that's not that has to go.
Mm, I love that visual. And it's making me also think about the alone time being so important for our deconditioning. Because
Mhm,
if you have, you know, 9 centers and 2 of them are defined, you have 7 centers that have the potential to be conditioned by your environment and the people around you.
mhm.
I feel lucky where I have 4 centers defined.
Not me.
But it's funny because my husband only has 3, and the difference between ours in terms of definition is I have my root defined.
Mm,
And I almost feel like he needs to be better at deconditioning himself from my energy. And like I'm a 2, 4, so my hermit time, my alone time is so important to me and helps me do like what you're saying and like getting really clear on who I am. And like I am the most actually creative when I'm by myself. And when I'm around him, like we're together in the mornings, And my root is telling him, I feel like, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta do something, get off your ass, do something. And it's so funny. It literally comes out of his mouth like, I gotta go, I gotta go. I'm late for work. Like, you know, he's not actually late, but he just has that pressure that really isn't his.
Yeah. For me, like, I now make decisions by myself, like in isolation. Like, somebody will say, "Hey, do you want to do this thing tonight?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna go home and I'll text you in a little while." Like, I literally remove my energy, or like, I remove myself from the field so that I can just feel like really clearly what's mine, as like when I'm available to do that. And what I find is that, like, and I think this is connected to being self-projected, right? Is like, I only want to do it if it's my idea, basically.
Interesting. So, like, okay, do you feel like, because the strategy, right, is to be invited, wait to be invited, and so are you just like waiting around for yourself to have the idea to invite yourself to do the thing?
Well, the beautiful thing is that my transmission is very strong.
Yeah.
And so when I feel a desire for something come up, like if it's really authentic, people can feel it. And they're like, "Did you want to go to blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "I did."
That's cool. That's really cool, Rachel.
And so I love to be invited to things, but like the more that I get clear about, like, no, I actually just want to do what I want to do. I'm like, okay, well, you better damn know what you want to do then. And like, make sure that that's the signal that you're sending, not like, I don't know, somebody just like,
Yeah. Like, anchor down into the pussy and see what's up.
hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
I can see your wheels are like,
I know they're going. It just makes me think of like the wishy-washy archetype of a girl who's like the cool girl, the chill girl. She'll do anything. She's go with the flow.
that used to be me for a lot of years. And what I have realized is she becomes that way because it is, for whatever reason, too unsafe, too vulnerable to actually like let herself be seen. And this is a very common projector thing, right? Because we can see everybody else, we can't see ourselves, right? Is kind of the thing. And so we stop acting like we know what we want, and we try to let other people pick us because there's some sense of honor in that. There's some like ego satisfaction in like the being chosen. But ultimately, like, we have to choose ourselves in order to be chosen by anything we want to be chosen by. And so the cool girl doesn't pay off. She just gets really angry and resentful.
Agreed.
Ask me how I know.
So true, though. That's a tough lesson.
It is.
How long did you stay resentful for? And then when did you like wake up to
47 years?
Yeah. Check my calendar.
Last week. I mean, this is something I've been working with for the last like 15 years. And it wasn't until probably the last year and a half that I actually like was like, oh, I got to some of the deeper layers. But I have, and this is no like shade on my mom, but I have a mom that I watched spend her entire life hoping that she would do enough so that people would love her well.
Yeah.
And so she's been proving and trying and wanting to be noticed, and is not being loved the way that she wants to be loved. But she can't bring herself to say that. She's just mad at everybody. And so Yeah, I like so it was modeled for me very well. Like you don't actually share how you feel, you just hope. Like you hope and you try to like impress people and hope that they notice you. And I did that really well for a long time. And then I was like, I hate everyone and everything.
Mm,
And so really for me, the antidote has been be honest about what you want and what you need and how you feel. Tell the truth all the time, even when, especially when people are going to have feelings about it.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I can see that happening in like a lot of different scenarios in my life now and in my past and in the people around me. Not that we need to hash that particular subject out.
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that a lot. And it's also making me think about like taking that scenario where you're just hoping someone's going to choose you, or just like hoping someone's going to recognize you and then love you and figure you out. And this is like to the woman who gives her power away. Like she gives her power away to others and thinks that, oh, like maybe she thinks of it as like they know more than her, or like it is their job to figure them out. Like I'm thinking from a pleasure standpoint, if you're with a partner and you're like, please me, figure me out, like check out what presses my button, like, you know.
It's from, man, I like, I think that, so when we don't feel safe, there's like an armoring that occurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the armoring creates entitlement.
Mm, yeah,
Show me that you know how to get in here.
the golden pussy.
Or even heart, right? Whatever it is, right? Just
Right.
show me that you're good enough. But really what it is a masking of, am I good enough?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can show me that you're good enough, your arrival of making it through the armor will actually make it so that I then feel good enough, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking somebody else to go first with their good
Mm-hmm.
enoughness, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's not how that works. And so that is 100% of the time a lose-lose situation.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I just read something on the interwebs where it said like a woman's desire is responsive. And I was like, okay, yes. And
Yes and
when
no.
you say it like that, it's yeah, it doesn't make me feel um it kind of just feels like an excuse. So then yeah, like you're waiting for someone to present something to you that you then have a response for, you know?
Well, so I have a mentor that talks about like pleasure is only available inside the context of safety.
Okay. Yes.
And so if you look at that in terms of like a partnered situation, right? You do want a partner who is demonstrating their capacity to hold a safe container,
Sure.
right? But what what is less true, or what is more true, I think, is that many women do not feel safe inside of their own bodies, inside of their own experiences, and
Yep.
they're trying to outsource that. Can you make me feel safe enough so that I
Yep.
don't have whatever this thing is happening? And no, and so a woman's desire, a woman's pleasure, a woman's like her expression, it all opens in the face of safety, right? In the face of a well, like feeling held and supported,
Mm-hmm.
whether she's doing that for herself or whether somebody else is like offering a container of that. Um, But I believe that like lots of us would, it's easier. It's less exposing to have somebody do that for you.
Hmm.
But nobody can do that for you,
Hmm.
even if they are all of those things, right?
Hmm. Because then I'm thinking to like even to my college self who had never had an orgasm. I had sex for 10 years or 9 years, I guess, and then had never had an orgasm, for example. And like why was that? Many layers of the shame that, of course, needed to get dealt with eventually. Um but there was a partner that I had had in college who had just broken up with a girlfriend who could orgasm, had orgasms many a time, and he helped her figure that out.
Hmm.
And so I think it was a blessing and a curse in some ways, where he was like, "Let's help you get to an orgasm," and like you just have to feel like he was encouraging. He wasn't like always forceful or anything like that, but he was like trying to help me prioritize this, and I would in turn then shut down because I didn't know my anatomy, I didn't know my arousal patterns or pathways or any my physiology. I didn't know how any of that worked, which I think would have laid a good foundation of
Hmm.
then being able to explore, minus the shame. But there was then this like internalized pressure that he was not putting on me at all.
Yeah.
But the whole, am I taking too long? Oh, it's just easier to be done with it, even. That point of like giving up, even
Yeah.
was, yeah, interesting.
Our, what do I want to say? There's so much culturally that inherently conveys the message that like who women are wrong, and that our natural ways of like moving and operating in the world are incorrect, right?
Yeah.
And so that like, am I taking too long? Like it's really mirroring that conditioning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so part of why I think the journey of sexuality is such a beautiful one to explore is like what I found is that it's absolutely the microcosm of everything else in your life. So
Agreed.
if you think you're taking too long in sex, how often are you rushing through the grocery line at the store because you're like, oh, there's somebody behind me, I gotta go, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
how often are you just like not taking the space that you need, right? And so, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of that is vulnerable,
Totally.
right?
Totally.
It can be really exposing to be like, I know you really want me to go, but I'm not ready yet. Whether that's in sex or whether that's somebody like the cab driver who's picking you up and you're like, I just need another moment to say goodbye or whatever, right? They're like, come on, lady.
Yeah, true. True.
And so
Yeah.
part of like my journey with spaciousness has to do, I think there's a little bit of like, I'm going to teach the people in my world through the way that I be that this is normal,
Mm,
that it's okay to take as much time and as much space as you need for whatever you fucking feel like, you
mm.
know?
Yes. 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 I just love the imagery and the feeling I get. Like I talk about the microcosmic orbit within the body, and like yes, sexuality playing out like with or without the body, like just in your head or whatever it is, right, is such an interesting thing to noodle on. But that's what I like refer to like the pelvic floor as, like the pelvic floor, going back to even like mirrors, like the mirrors between people, but your pelvic floor is going to mirror everything that's happening in your outer life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
It's
just so
it's
cool. What
it's
a cool
it's
map.
cool and it's also like scary how accurate that is. You're like,
I
"Why?"
know.
Yeah.
It is so nutty. I love it.
Uh-huh.
You
Uh-huh.
love it.
I do love it. All right. I feel like we could sit here for 8 more hours, but
I mean, obviously. I'm sure there's
is
so
there
many more
anything
stories.
else that you are feeling pressed to say in this moment? Or not even pressed, but just that like feels like it wants to come forward before we.
Mm, not really. I mean, if I'm thinking about, I'm feeling into like the listener, I think what they're already hopefully thinking about or feeling for themselves is how much they should just be alone for a minute and maybe look at themselves in a mirror or touch themselves or just observe their life and see if there's any way they can create spaciousness or a chance for lack of a better word, deconditioning, and like find as strong of a transmission as you're able to cultivate. Because I think when we do have that voice and that awareness of ourselves more online, like then we're able to do what we're meant to do
Mm-hmm.
and like be our fullest selves. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the point.
Agreed. I mean, what are we doing here if we're only inhabiting this much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
beautifully
want to
said.
I want to see more of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's something. Hang on. Hang on.
I'm chill.
Pulling it out of the sky. Wait for it.
Yeah.
I used to date someone who would say, "Are you talking to the fairies right now?" And I'd be like, "Yes."
I think that's so cute.
Hmm.
That's a cute way to phrase it.
All right. So I was caught off guard, Brittany, by your addressing listeners, which is hilarious to me.
That's so funny. I don't know. I had this idea because when
I'm
someone
like, people
asks
are
for like a
listening.
mic drop, right? Like, who knows? There may be one, there may be 1,000, there may be 10,000. What, like, whatever. But when you asked me, yeah, like, what else would need to be said? It's like, well, what does everyone want to like? What not what do they want to hear, but what do I feel like needs to be said that gets heard?
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, there are going to be listeners, FYI, to your
Yes,
podcast, Rachel.
yes, yes. I mean, good. Yay. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Um,
There's a third essence in the room.
totally. So my experience of myself is that when I'm both in conversations like this and when people overhear conversations that I'm in like this,
Mm-hmm.
that something gets sparked. And it might be a story, like a memory of something that's happened to you in your past. It might be like a, ooh, she just said something that I need to pay attention to. It might be just like a letting the feeling, the energy of the conversation wash over you. Like I'm looking at the timer. I'm like, we've been in this conversation for almost an hour and a half now. And and if I track like the energy arc of the conversation, like there was some high energy, it had a big dip, and then we kind of did a little up, and then we did another little up. And so like even just like being in an energy field where it's not like go 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 all the time, right? Like there was this lull. And so sometimes it's receiving a new pattern of like possibility. for like how
Mm-hmm.
to move in the world or how to exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that thing is for you, the listener, I want to invite you to share it with us if you want to. Um,
I love hearing everyone's like takeaway, insight, realization, how they experience a conversation.
no
Yeah.
matter like how silly it sounds, right? Like no matter if you're like, when I was 5, I blah, 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 like great, yes, bring it on. So whatever this brings forward for you, we would love to like receive your digestion of that, because what it does is it expands and amplifies your experience, it expands and amplifies our experience, and then the whatever is ready to be transformed, if there's anything that's transforming, is actually able to like be supported to do that.
Amen.
Now, since I'm just recording the first episode on this platform, I don't know where to tell you to leave us that feedback.
There should be a comment section, I think, as soon as you publish this down below.
I think
I don't
yes.
know.
So in the comment section, I also may open up the chat for the
Oh, cool.
channel. I haven't decided yet, but that will be in the post where I share this.
Incredible.
Thank you so
Oh,
much for joining me, being my inaugural guest.
I love it. I feel so honored. Thank you for asking me and inviting me, and happy to be here.
You're so welcome. I feel like maybe there might be encore editions of this. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. 100%. There's so much more to talk about.
Totally.
Uh,
All right.